Just because you're on a budget does not mean that you have to build a budget-looking computer. Today, we're building a computer for 12,000 Rand or $600.
We will be starting off with an Asus Prime motherboard. Really good-looking motherboard and should pair well with the components we have for the rest of the build. With that, we have matched a i3 13th gen CPU. Really great gaming CPU. Really nice stock cooler that comes included. And for the power supply, we have a Gamdias Kratos 600 watt power supply. Perfect for what we need, a little overkill in fact. And Gamdias really has stepped up their game in the computer components market. Love the quality. For the RAM, we have Kingston Fury RGB RAM, 16 gigs of DDR4. Gorgeous looking RAM. For the SSD, we have a Clev 500GB NVMe RGB SSD. Big chunky boy. For the graphics card, finally, we have a GeForce GT GeForce GTX 1660 Ti, great for 1080p gaming. Some games even run at 1440p. Beautiful peel. Let's get our I/O shield installed. Unfortunately, this case did not come with a rear exhaust fan, so we did have to put in a stock black rear exhaust fan. I really wish that they would have included one so that it could have been a matching set. But you know what? You get the hand you were dealt. Now for the CPU, once again, it's an i3 13th gen, really great gaming CPU. And we have chosen to use the stock cooler. Mainly because there was not enough space, but honestly, it looks gorgeous. Don't worry, we will go back and cable manage. This is not what it's going to look like if you do buy this system. It will look clean. Cables will all be tucked. Now for installing the RAM, I made a poor attempt at clipping that up, so I am going to have to go back and clip it up. Now finally, the RAM should fit in nice and snug. Don't worry, we will deal with that cable later. Now, Big Chungus is getting installed. This motherboard actually does not have a screw for the SSD. It has a little plastic clip. For the power supply now, unfortunately, this was not the planned orientation. We originally planned for the RGB of the fan to shine up into the case. Now time to sort out the spaghetti monster. Right now we're just sort of putting them in a general area to plug in. We will go back and cable manage everything, so this is not everything that you're seeing going in is probably not the final position, maybe some of it, but we will go back and cable manage this whole computer, make it look really nice as best as we can. Installing the hard drive, unfortunately that was a very tedious task as that entire hard drive bay had to come out. So we had to take off two small screws at the bottom of the case, remove that entire shell, then screw in the hard drive and then screw it back into the case. Don't know what they were thinking with that design, but we made it work. Now plugging in all the different case connectors and SATA cables. Right now it's looking a bit of a mess, but once we verify the system does post, we will go back and we will cable manage everything. Now for the final step, installing the graphics card. If you are interested in gaming computers and you want to pick one up for yourself, check us out at pcparlor.co.za.
Cut to cable managing.